Human existence is characterized by a myriad of trials and obstacles. Often, we find ourselves having to fight against circumstances that test our faith and our resistance to the seductions of evil. The malevolent entity, the devil, is perpetually lurking, ready to tempt us, to test us, to try to lead us astray from the path of truth and goodness. He adopts a wide range of tactics to tempt us. Now, we will explore 5 points that represent signs of diabolical temptation that can infiltrate individuals' lives and divert them from spiritual values. Before we proceed, we want to warmly welcome you to Jesus Saves Us, the favorite channel of many believers. We invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to share this video with at least 2 people you care about. Well, friends, let's begin with the first sign. Obsession with power and control. The insatiable desire for dominance and control over others is one of the most subtle signs of diabolical temptation that can infiltrate individuals' lives and divert them from spiritual values and human relationships. This desire for dominance can manifest in various ways, such as unchecked ambition, manipulation, and abuse of authority. The devil exploits this weakness to lead us astray from the path of righteousness and love for our neighbors, making us believe that our behavior is justified because we are acting for the common good or to protect others. In reality, the desire for power and control over others is fueled by vanity and selfishness and can lead to harmful behaviors towards others and society. Obsession with power and control can lead to a stressful and unhappy life because one becomes dependent on the idea of having control over everything and everyone. The second sign is excessive materialism. Excessive attachment to material possessions and money is a sign of diabolical temptation that can infiltrate individuals' lives and divert them from spiritual values and human relationships. Materialism is a mindset that values wealth and the possession of objects as the primary purpose of existence, causing us to forget the importance of spiritual values and human relationships. The devil exploits this weakness to convince us that happiness and security lie in wealth and the possession of material goods, playing on our selfishness and insecurity. In this way, economic prosperity becomes an obsession that erodes our ability to love and be generous towards others. Materialism can lead to greed, envy, and jealousy as individuals constantly desire more and seek to surpass others in their wealth and possession of material goods. The third sign is uncontrolled lust. Lust is one of the most powerful temptations that the devil can use to make us fall into sin. It is a temptation that can have disastrous consequences in people's lives. It manifests as a disordered and insatiable desire for sexual pleasures, often outside the context of love and marriage. This desire can lead to self-destructive behaviors such as infidelity, pornography, and promiscuity, which harm not only the individual but also their loved ones and society as a whole. When lust controls one's life, they can become selfish, manipulative, and willing to do anything to satisfy their sexual desires, even at the expense of others. This behavior can lead to a life of loneliness and isolation as the sense of community and solidarity is lost. Respect for oneself and others can also be lost, considering the other only as an object of sexual pleasure, devoid of dignity and value. The fourth sign is anger and resentment. Anger and resentment are signs of diabolical temptation that aim to undermine our ability to forgive and love others. The devil encourages us to harbor grudges and seek revenge for the injustices we have suffered, making us forget the importance of mercy and compassion. These negative emotions can lead to conflicts, violence, and divisions within families and communities, distancing us from the peace and harmony that God desires for us. It is important to learn to manage anger in a healthy and constructive way, recognizing our emotions and seeking to resolve conflicts peacefully and reasonably. Uncontrolled anger can cause significant damage to our lives and relationships with others. Therefore, it is crucial to try to keep it under control. Finally, a subtle yet dangerous sign of diabolical temptation is spiritual laziness, which can creep into people's lives and distance them from spiritual values and faith. This state of apathy and negligence towards spiritual life can manifest in many different ways, such as a lack of prayer, poor participation in religious practices, lack of interest in reading the Bible or the writings of saints, and a lack of commitment to the growth of one's faith. The devil exploits this weakness to make us believe that spiritual life is less important than worldly and material concerns, causing us to neglect our relationship with God and the care of our soul. It urges us to focus on daily and earthly occupations, making us forget the importance of prayer, meditation, and the pursuit of a deeper and more meaningful life. The danger of spiritual laziness is that it can lead to a state of indifference and detachment from God, making it more difficult to resist the other temptations that the devil presents to us. When we are spiritually lazy, we become vulnerable to the snares of evil and the other temptations that surround us, because we lack the spiritual strength to defend ourselves and resist. To combat these temptations, it is important to engage in the pursuit of an authentic spiritual life and the growth of one's faith through prayer, meditation, and active participation in religious practices. Constant commitment to seeking spiritual values can help recognize and resist temptations and live a fuller and more meaningful life. Your spiritual journey is a path that requires dedication and commitment. It is not always easy, and there will be moments when you feel tempted to give up or deviate. But remember, temptations are tests that challenge your faith and your commitment to God. The first step to resist temptations is to recognize them. The devil is cunning and can present temptations subtly, making you believe that you are acting for your own good or the good of others. But if you pay attention, you will be able to see the traps that the devil is trying to set for you. Prayer is a powerful tool of resistance against temptations. When you feel tempted, turn to God in prayer and ask for His guidance and strength. Prayer connects you to God and gives you the strength to resist temptations. It is also important to nourish your faith through reading the Bible, meditation, and active participation in religious practices. These activities help you maintain a strong connection with God and strengthen your faith. Finally, remember that you are not alone in your struggle against temptations. You have the support of your faith community and God Himself. Do not hesitate to seek help when you need it. The fight against temptations is an important part of your spiritual journey. Do not let temptations divert you from your path to God. With faith, prayer, and dedication, you will be able to resist temptations and maintain your commitment to God. Always remember, Jesus saves us. Your reference channel to deepen your faith, share spiritual experiences, and support your religious growth. If you enjoyed this video, share it with at least 2 people you care about, and remember to subscribe to the channel to not miss future content. Thank you for watching.